Look. You ain't got to constantly beat the crap out of each other. What are you doing? Oh, now you're going to go over there and poop. I'm going to film you pooping. Put you pooping on the interwebs. That'll get some hits. Goodness. Well, top of the morning there to you folks. It is magic. I went from 70 degrees in shorts out on the yak to 6 or 7 inches of snow and the coldest temps of the year last weekend. And now we're back, baby. Woo! Yes, it is finally spring. It's spring. It's spring. I can smell it. It's in the air. I can see it. I can feel it. I can feel that spring is coming. And it's awesome because, not gonna lie, winter has sucked up here. It has been rough. It has been cold. The fishing hasn't been good. Even though I caught some of the biggest trout that I've caught in a long time, overall fishing has sucked. But spring is here, baby. And now that it's finally starting to warm up, and I am ready, to get out and hit some new water and possibly get a new personal best of some sort or another. So what we're going to do today is we're going to head to Tennessee. We'll flex that old Tennessee fishing license muscle. We're going to get out there, go hit some new waters and see if we can catch something. You know, it's kind of hard to go out there and hone the skills if I don't know what skills I need. So I got to get out there and figure it out. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to go and figure it out. And we're going to hit one of the rivers that is renowned for holding huge trout. So come along, let's get these floofy bastards put up. Come on, boys, go. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Don't give me that. Not, that's the wrong direction. Let me get these dogs put up. We're gonna get on the road. I'll catch y'all in a minute. What's up, y'all? Here we are. This is a place that I've been wanting to get to since I got my Tennessee fishing license. In fact, this is the place that was kind of the muse, the whole reason as to why I wanted to get my Tennessee fishing license. This is the South Fork of the Holston River, and from what I'm told, it is one of the premier places in the southeast for big trout. And if you know me, that's one of the things that I really like to go after. Caught my fair share of them. Not going to complain, not going to brag about it, but that's just a fact. I have caught my fair share of some big trout over the years. But there's one that has eluded me, and that is breaking the 20-inch mark on a brown trout. For some ding-dang reason that I don't know, I have yet to break that. And this place right here might be my chance. Something I mean to do every video that I don't do enough is actually tell you what I'm using. And since this is kind of a new one for me, I thought I'd let you know exactly what I'm using here today. It's a KastKing Brutus 6-foot moderate. I think it's a moderate fast. It doesn't even say. Well, it's just it's a 6-foot moderate KastKing Brutus rod. I had a KastKing rod that I broke the tip on, and it was one that they discontinued. I sent it back, and they gave me the option of getting some other rods, some different stuff that was close to it. So I just picked this one out of the bunch. It's a 2-piece rod. So far I like it. I was using it in my last video when I was out on the kayak. I kind of got this specifically to jig off the kayak with because I didn't have a good rod for that. And overall, I'm going to be using this thing a lot. I really like it. It's got a good, it's not exactly light, but it's just got a really good feel to it. It's got a good backbone to it. Really sensitive tip for the kind of fishing that I do. And the reel it's a Runkle. I got it on Amazon. It's a Runkle something. It's in a dog language. Roraima. Rorima, whatever. It's a Runkle 3000. It's a slow retrieve. It's a 5.2, which is something I kind of like for jig fishing personally. That way I can, you know, I don't get too fast of a retrieve when I want to just float that jig through a strike zone. But anyways, it was a pretty inexpensive reel, and honestly the rod's fairly inexpensive too. I got it strung up with some 6-pound Berkley Vanish fluorocarbon, and I'm, you know, this is kind of my first real go with this setup today. And for what this thing cost, which is, you know, a couple of cheeseburgers and a quarter tank of gas, it's pretty good. I got no complaints with this. This will definitely catch fish, and you know, if I take care of it, it will serve me well and do the job. So hey, you don't have to break the bank to come out and do this kind of stuff, and I'm going to kind of show that today. Hopefully we'll catch a big fish on it and it'll break off, and I'll cuss this company up one side and down the other. No. All right, I'm going to cover something that my doctor buddy has complained to me multiple times. But I say complain, he's just asked. He's asked me, Drew, dude, can you show me what to do to catch some fish? I don't know what I'm doing. I want to go out. I want to take my kids out. I want to take so-and-so out, and I want to go somewhere. And I just want to be able to, you know, have the best opportunity I can to catch fish. Well, that's asking a lot, because, you know, if there's one thing you know about fishing, it's called fishing for a reason. You got to go out and do it, and you're going to strike out. But the best piece of advice that I can give you, if you're going to go somewhere, especially somewhere you don't know, and you want to try to catch something, is to keep it as simple as possible. And that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a split shot, and I got a little bait holder hook, and I got some knot crawlers, and I'm just going to hook on a regular old knot crawler. Just do a basic hook job on this thing here, string it up, loop a couple of times like so. There you go. And I'm going to go out here and I'm going to fling it in the areas that everybody fishes, just to see what happens. Because using live bait is going to give you the best opportunity to get it eat by something. You know, it may not be the target species, it may not be anything of any size, you just don't ever know, but at least it's something. So that's my advice to you. If you want to go somewhere you don't know what you're doing, you know, use everything you have in your arsenal. Ask, talk to people, go to a local bait shop, talk to them, do all that stuff. But if you don't feel like doing that, or you're afraid to do that, or whatever, just take a regular hook and line and some bait and go out and make a cast. And you know, a lot of the time you'll end up doing something. You'll end up catching something. That is my piece of advice, is just use as simple a basic a rig as you can, and just go try. There's a fish. There it is. What we got? What we got here? A little rainbow action trout here. Let's get the net. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Get in the net. There it is. Oh, there we go. Pretty little guy. Hook right in the corner of the mouth. Barely hooked. Let's get it back in the water. There you go. Ain't that pretty? Let's get him back. There it is. See you later, bud. Well, there you go. Look at that. We came to new waters, not knowing what we were getting ourselves into, and we caught fish. We've caught a fish just using the basics. There's something to be said for that. I absolutely love it, man. It's one of my favorite things on this earth. Let's see if we can't get another one. There's a bite. There's a bite. Take it a little bit. There it is. There's another one. Another little guy. There's another little guy. Get up here. Whoop, get in the net. There we go. There's another little pretty rainbow trout. Get him off the hook here. Get him off the hook. Whoop. There we go. Right back in the water. And there it goes. Swim off. That's 2, baby. That's 2 fish. And I sure can't complain about that. There is a ton of underwater grass. I see a fish right down in there. Let's see if he's interested. He moved. It must have spooked him. It wasn't much of any account, but it's still fish nonetheless. I like to sight fish them if I get the opportunity to do so. You don't get that opportunity with trout that often. I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen, but it's not a super common occurrence. But man, it's fun when it does. I guess it's fun with any kind of sight fishing happens. All right, well, I'm heading home. It's pretty late in the afternoon. I got things to do tonight, but just to really sit in the value of this episode, the whole point of this episode, and that being, you know, keep it simple and you'll be more productive. I'm stopping at one more place. This is another river, still in Tennessee. I've never been to it before. I just literally looked it up on a map, and I drove through here a couple weeks ago, actually the week that I was picking up my my boat, and I saw this spot, and I mapped it, and I was like, well, I'll have to come back and check this out because this looks good. Never been here before. Don't know what's even in this water. I'm assuming it's probably going to hold trout, maybe some smallmouth. But I'm going to go down here and use this basic rig that I've been using all day in this nice deep hole. And I've got a pretty good feeling that if I get down there without dying on these rocks, because these are pretty treacherous, that we're going to be productive. This is one good looking spot. It's got everything I look for in a spot to stop. And if you want to know what that is, well, shit, let's just cover it a little bit. I've covered it in one of my videos way back. It's a really long, really boring video about reading water. But generally speaking, what I look for when I'm fishing this kind of place, creeks and rivers, is I'm looking for a spot that the water consolidates down into a swift section that spills in to a deep water section. That's what we've got here. If you look right upstream here, and you'll see it a little better when I get down here. I do want to be quiet, and I got to watch my shadow. I don't want to get my shadow over the water. The good thing is we've got a little tint to the water here, and that's going to help us. But if you look up there, you've got swift in a bend spillover into under this big rock right here, and it's a big deep section. So what that's going to do is it's going to consolidate any foodstuffs that's flowing downstream. It's all going to consolidate down and move and then spill into this big hole, and your fish are going to be out in this big hole ready to just suck that stuff down. So let's see if I can put that theory to the test. Fishing with a barbless hook. I actually wasn't earlier today, just simply because I forgot, and I had a regular hook tied on and I just rolled with it. But luckily we hooked all those trout we caught perfect, and were able to just pop them off real quick and let them go. They were unharmed, lived to fight another day. So, but now I'm being cautious, so we're going to roll with this barbless hook just in case. That way when I hook into a big fish, I can lose it and blame it on the barbless hook. You know how it goes. There's a bite. There's a bite. We got a bite. It's taking it. There we go. We got something. Oh, it spit it. I don't know what that was. I didn't have my drag set right. Don't know what that was. Whoop. I think that was a smallmouth. It just goes to show you got to keep track of your stuff, man. You got to know if your drag, make sure your drag's set right. Check it periodically. You got to know all those things, or what'll happen is you'll finally get that hookup that you've been waiting for, and you'll lose it. Now this is another really sexy looking piece of water. Let's see if it holds anything. This looks like the kind of spot that I make my money on. This looks like a rock shelf. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know what the bottom looks like without seeing it when it's low or snorkeling. But just from what I've seen in the places that I like to fish, this looks like a rock shelf. This might hold something good. Let's see, and I don't mean that Bud Light can right there, because that's not good. That's disgusting. All right. There's a bite. There's something in there. Oh, it's on too. What have we got here? That's a rainbow. Let me get over here in my net. Oh. Come here, baby. There we go. There you go. Nice little, good little eating size rainbow trout right there. It's a pretty fish. That one can go with us. And fresh fish action, and I'll have that for lunch tomorrow. Maybe I'll remember to do the old catch and cook, but I doubt it. Never think about it until I'm halfway through cooking. We'll do more catch and cooks this summer, though. I gotta do that. And people tend to like them. And we're done. That's the end of this episode. And I'm not gonna complain. It's a good day, man. Yes, it was. Well, that's the end of this episode. I'm driving home, going across Roan Mountain. It's a beautiful part of Tennessee, going into North Carolina. Saw this right here, this little pull-off spot here, and I thought, well, what better place to end this video than this beautiful spot right here. This is kind of the culmination of this day. It has been a beautiful day. The weather's been perfect. The fishing was good. The area was great. Days like this are just few and far between, and you got to appreciate them when you get them, and I sure appreciate this one. Hope you learned something. The whole point of today's episode was to instill the fact that keeping it simple and going with your most basic setup, just like I did today, hook and a sinker and a night crawler or just some bait, and going to a place where everybody goes to fish, is going to be productive for you. Now, is it going to be productive every time? No. It's fishing. It's not always going to be productive. But odds are, if you apply that, keep it simple, go to an area where everybody goes, you'll be productive. If you like this episode, please reach down there and smash that subscribe button. That way you can see what I post when I post it, because, man, look at this. Look at this. It's gorgeous. And today was cool. It was fun. And we're going to have more of those. And it's going to get bigger and better as we go. I can promise you that. And while you're down there smashing the crap out of that subscribe button, reach over there and slap that like button too. That way I know that you like this video. And if you got time, leave me a comment. I really like seeing the comments from the people. It really gets me going. I like to read them. It's cool to see that people giving me input on my crappy output. But anyways, guys, I really appreciate you watching. I'm going to get back in the car and get out of here, because we're up about 4,000 feet, and from down where I was, where it was nice in the 60s, it's kind of chilly up here, so I'm going to get on down the road. Fishing from Scratch. It's out. We'll catch you next time.
I'm feeling high.